Saint Veronika of Milan, whose feast day we celebrate on 13th January, was born in a village in Benasco, a small village outside of Milan. Her parents were poor farmers and were both very pious. From her childhood, she toiled hard in the house and the field, and accomplished cheerfully every menial task. The family's narrow circumstances prevented giving Veronika for many schooling, so she never learned to read. However, her parents' devout example and fervent though simple instructions filled her tender heart from that cradle with lively sentiments of virtue. The pious maid from her infancy applied herself to continual prayer, was very attentive to the instructions given in the catechism and the uninterrupted consideration of the holy mysteries, and the important truths of religion engrossed her whole soul to themselves. As she grew up, she tried unsuccessfully to teach herself to read, as she was anxious about her own future. However, Our Lady told her in a vision that other things were necessary, but not this. "My daughter, do not be anxious. It will be sufficient for you to know the 3 letters that I bring you from heaven. The first is the purity of heart, which makes us love God above all things. You must have only one love, that of my Son. The second is not to murmur against the faults of your neighbor, but to support them with the patience and pray for the one in question. The third is to meditate every day on the passion of Jesus Christ, who accepts you as his spouse." The miracle of her catechesis thus occurred through visions of the life of Christ and visitations by the Blessed Mother. After joining a convent, she suffered alternating bouts of physical pain and religious ecstasy and developed great gifts of prophecy. Christ would give her important messages in prayer to carry to influential people. She received, for example, a vision of Christ in 1494, and in the vision she was given a message for Pope Alexander VI and traveled to Rome to deliver it. Her holiness was not tied to her traditional academic intellect, but to her efforts to deepen her faith and pureness of heart. Blessed Veronika inspires us to be attentive, not just to be perceived intelligence or accolades others hold, but more so to do what God is saying to us and calling us to be. She died in 1497 on the day she foretold after 6 months of illness, in the 30th year of her religious profession. In 1749, her name was inserted into the Roman martyrology for the 13th of January by Pope Benedict XIV, although her name appears in the Augustinian records of the same year for 28th January. Saint Veronika, pray for us.